That's right, kids. That's right. That is what we are talking about today. Here's the thing, man. I'm going to go straight into it because you like that kind of thing, don't you? We don't muck around over here, right? A few times I've had people suggesting to me. I was gonna say telling me, but we'll call it suggesting. Suggesting me to change my string gauges from 10s to 9s. No. Not changing. Nope. Nope. No. Okay, maybe someday if I'm feeling experimental and I don't know. I don't think I can come back to 9s because it's too much. It's too soft. I both like and need 1052. Not just the normal 10 to 46. 1052. If I could have 10 to even 54, that would be ideal for me. I could probably even, I could even maybe have it compromised a little bit for you, right? Even though you don't really care about me after this video, you're gonna forget about me anyway. But for the sake of meeting you halfway, even though I don't need to, I could even, if there was a custom string gauge by Elixir, I could even accept a 9.5 to 54. I need the 54, man. Oh, the 52. Look, this is my ESP LTD M1000. This was from back in 2009. I got it. This is my first good guitar. My first good electric guitar. The reason why I'm using this is a couple reasons. I never really talked about this guitar in the channel. So maybe I'm going to talk about it a little bit with you today. And the second thing is, this is a good example of a good subject for the topic today. Now, this is the Super Strat. This was around the time when I discovered Metallica and I got into their music. Kirk Hammett became my inspiration. I know you got some bad things to say about him. Wah wah and all this, underrated. So be it. End of the day, still much richer than you. So I cannot listen to some of you because I'm pretty sure you don't live lives that I want to emulate. You understand? So Metallica was my inspiration, and so I bought this type of guitar. The Kirk Hammett style, It's not his style, but it's the guitar has been using, his signature guitar has this type of thing, and I wanted it. Super Strat, 25-inch scale. Now, I think this is a neck through body, right? With the Floyd Rose, it's blocked out. Because I'm not living the wild life anymore with the whammies and all that. I used to do that. EMG 81s in both positions. Nice little knobs here. Volume and tone. 3-way switch. 24 frets, you know it. Neck and headstock binding with the Avalon binding along with the plastic white. Decent tuners. What are these tuners? ESP tuners. This guitar, this has been awesome for me in my early days of becoming a lead guitarist. 24 extra jumbo frets. And the neck in this, I believe, is either an extra thin new or an extra thin, I think it was extra thin flat. Because where you rest the pad of your thumb, you can definitely feel like a a flatness to it, right? Like a shredder thing, as some of us would say. And see-through black with the, I think it's a veneer flame maple. Looks good. Looks real good, man. I don't know if it's printed or if it's a real maple veneer, because I think it's, I don't know if it's moving, but yeah, this is probably a veneer. And I think the neck through, and then you got the neck through body, and then you have the wings. I think the wings are maple. I think this was a 2005 model, back when these things had the maple wings and maple neck, by the way, and rosewood fingerboard. And then 2000, I think it's some years onward, they switched to alder. So I think those ones are going to be a bit lighter, because this one, I think this is a 4.2 or 4.3 kilos. It's a bit, seems a bit heavy for me for a super strat, but over those years when this was my only good guitar, I tolerated it, because I was too busy practicing, right? Like how we should be. And this has been really solid since 2009. I still have it far out. I never locked the knot anymore, because this is not operational. So 25.5 inch scale. The reason why I chose this guitar for the topic is because of that. It is a 25.5 inch scale, which is, and it's not a baritone or anything, but 25.5, it's pretty long, which means string gauges are going to be tight compared to like a Les Paul short scale thing. And I'm still using 10 to 52. I used to use, back in the really early days, when I was still kind of beginning my lead guitarist journey, I think I was using 942 or something, because it was easy. And then I had to jump over to 10s, 1040, which is 1046 or 1047, because of this, when I'm slamming it. I don't know how I became like that, but I just became heavy-handed, and every time I do that with 9 to 42, the string would just go bow. It would go sharp. I don't like that. Nope, not at all, man. I might also add that I've been having frequent string breakages. It's also one of the reasons why I switched to a thicker gauge string. So I switched to 46, and then the problem wasn't as bad. It was still kind of there, but it was, thank goodness for Metallica. Because I became obsessed with gear and all that, and having a job and having a little bit of money and some pocket change, I discovered along the way that Metallica uses 10 to 52. So I thought, oh man, I'm gonna try that. That sounds heavier. And then probably must be sometime between 2005 or 2007 and 2010 when I switched to 10 to 52, and I've been using it ever since. Because look, it's pretty stable. I'm of course exaggerating a little bit, but this wouldn't be like this if I was using 9 to 42. Some of the reasons people were suggesting me to use 9s is because the relief on the neck, so it's not as okay. I don't believe in that, man, and here's the reason why. And there's a few reasons, actually. One of the reasons is, look, this isn't the 50s anymore, where there was no truss rods. There's a truss rod in there. The truss rod is helping to stabilize and to put rigidity on the neck, so we don't have to worry. If we were going to have it your way, right? Okay, what's the worst that can happen? What's the worst that can happen? I've been using 1052s. Metallica have been using 1052s on probably for a long time when they were in E standard. I understand they're using E flat standard now. Seriously, let's think about this now. Let's analyze it. What is the worst that can happen to our modern guitars with truss rods, with, I don't know, high quality woods on the neck, like maple, for example, maple, mahogany, high quality dense woods. Again, with the truss rod, what is the worst that can happen? Have we considered that? 25.5-inch scale. This is not even a 24.75 or a PRS, 594 scale. This is a long scale guitar, Fender scale. What's the worst that can happen? This has been like this, no problem at all, since 2009 or something. Can you give me a reason? Oh, the neck is gonna bow out. Yeah, just a truss rod. That's what it's there for. Double action truss rod. So you can fix this kind of bow. You can fix the backward bow. It is that simple. It is that simple. Give you a bit of riffage. You like that dancey metal riff? .5-inch scale, 10-52, heavy-handedness. I don't know how this is coming across through the microphone, but if you're in the room, it probably doesn't look like I'm hammering the strings, but I am. I've been doing it for so long that it looks light. Like I'm bearing the weight. I'm bearing the weight of my forearm, and I'm flicking the wrist so that it's added power. But it looks very fluid on camera. EMG. And after all these years, the neck is still how I like it. See, it's still mild relief, mild relief. And when you're checking the straightness of your neck, you can do it from the playing position. Don't be. Oh, it's pretty curved. Amateurs, man. It's like you're when some dummies out there with their rifles, you know, when they gotta check if there's one in the chamber, instead of pulling the bolt a little bit, you know, sliding it a little bit and then checking. Oh, I think it's loaded. I don't know. Bloody amateurs, man. All you have to do is, most of you don't have a straight edge or the proper tool to do this. So you can still work smart, because when the string is at tension, some of you unbelievably don't know this, but I'm going to enlighten you. I got you. I might be going after you, calling you out, but I'm still here to help. Your string can be used as a straight edge, because when the string is in full tension, it's straight as the barrel of a gun, you understand? So fret the first fret, and then with your thumb, press somewhere where the neck meets the body, right? And then with your middle finger, you reach as far into the middle of the neck as you can. Preferably, what is this? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, around 7th fret. 7th fret. Make sure there's a gap there. You can see, because when you tap on it with your middle finger, you'll feel it. You'll feel the string pinging on the fret. And if you can see it, the gap should be probably about, if you know, like a small cardboard or whatever thickness this thing is, right? This thing, or some kind of business card, or a playing like a plastic playing card, would just get stuck in there. Can probably hear it. Let's see how we can hear it. Yeah, so the sound is coming through. Next string, there's good relief there. You know, good slight relief. Again, did you come up with it yet? What's the worst that can happen if we're having it your way? Because after all this time, I think this guitar has only been set up once. There was a shop in South Australia, in Adelaide or somewhere, where I bought this from online. I bought this online. I didn't try this because at the time I kind of just trusted that the guitar was going to be good, and turned out okay. It's a bit heavy, you know, for a Super Strat. My PRS's weight 3.6 and all that. I thought it'd be like maximum 4 kilos, but anyway, turned out alright. Okay, served me well. And when I bought it from the shop, that was the only time this was set up, I think. And ever since then, I learned how to do things like taking care of the neck, you know, adjustments in here and there. I've been doing it myself. And after all these years, neck is still pretty good, pretty straight. I don't mean fully flat straight, but you know, straight with a bit of relief. Read between the lines, because you're intelligent, aren't you? Neck is still pretty straight. tuners are, there's no, the neck's not gonna crack anytime soon. The truss rod is holding up, obviously, because the neck is still pretty straight. Seriously, I'm not gonna change to 9s, man, because I already told you. Not even 9 to 46, no. If I was, I'll probably end up using it if I was in a studio, and it's probably I might have to adjust to it because I'll need to pull back on my strumming strumming power. Otherwise, it'll get sharp initially, momentarily get sharp. I don't know. I just like the sound of when you're hitting it hard. Might be subtle, but it's also a feel thing. Just the feel of just smashing the guitar. I love it, man. Ain't nobody gonna take that away from me. So I'm sticking with 10s because 1052 because I like it and I need it. If you still believe you have a good reason for me to go to 9s, you'll be hard pressed to change my mind. And I'm only going to, and please give us some rational, calm-minded, scientific cases. Otherwise I'll just ignore you or make fun of you or whatever. Or if not me, other people will. I have no control of them. Right? I'm not accountable to what they do. They do what they want. That's their prerogative. As with you. But meanwhile, the D'Addario XS coated strings, the wound strings are still pretty good. The plain strings, however, they are not really holding up. I can feel the G string is already, I can already feel somewhere in the middle here. It's not holding up. It's not looking good. It's starting to feel disgusting and like there's resistance. Like it feels like there's micro dust as I'm running my fingertip through it. I don't like that, man. Almost there, D'Addario. Almost there, you're almost there. I'm still sticking with Elixir and 1052s. Or if Elixir was gonna do a custom gauge set, 1054, maybe even 56, who knows? At E standard and drop D. Yeah, that's right, kids. I think that'll be all that I'll be talking about for today. I hope you can give me a good case of why, you know, nines would actually be better, because it's gonna be a relief on the neck. Man, did you really think about that? Who told you that? Why do you believe that? Who told you that? And do they have your interest in mind? Are they selling something? But apart from that, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Good morning, GM.